What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So we're back here on NBA 2K26 here for another rebuild, but today we got one that's a little bit different. Obviously, we have our very first expansion rebuild of NBA 2K26. It's still unclear when expansion will actually happen in real life, but we all know the two most rumored cities, Seattle and Las Vegas, which is why we're here talking about Las Vegas. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and do a Las Vegas expansion rebuild in NBA 2K26 during our very first expansion rebuild of this new 2K. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs, so if you'd like to help us out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So, like I said, of course, I added the Seattle Supersonics and the Las Vegas Venom. I went ahead and did all the protections on the players, by the way. I know in the last couple 2Ks, or at least 2K25, the protected players was kind of a joke. Some of the guys that would actually be protected and some of them weren't. There was still some guys that were kind of egregious, like Detroit wasn't protecting Jalen Duren's. That was kind of weird. So overall, though, it wasn't that bad when I went through it. So we've already sim past the draft. I didn't draft. I just let it simulate. So I'm going to assume we're probably going to be stuck with some really bad contracts to start this one. So let's go ahead and do the big reveal on what our roster looks like going into this. So we have Isaiah Hartenstein as our best player. And outside of that, I actually don't think we have too bad of contracts. So we actually might be okay. So it's not terrible. It could have been worse. So let's go ahead and take a look at our salary cap situation. So we got Middleton, which is a big expiring, obviously. Hartenstein's contract, Karis LeVert, Kelly Oubre. But yeah, I can definitely work with this. Is that Jarris Walker? It is Jarris Walker. So we even get Jarris Walker as well. So that's pretty nice to have starting things off here. So we do have kind of a young core going on in Las Vegas. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing special. I think the first bit of thing we should be doing here is probably just tanking year one. And maybe we ship off Middleton or Isaiah Hartenstein for future draft picks, potentially at the deadline. So I think that's the best way to start. Here's what your rotation is going to be going into this season. So it's going to be LeVert, Dinwiddie, Middleton, Yabusele, Hartenstein, Oubre, Capella, Shake Milton, and Jordan Hawkins. Based off what I'm looking at here, we obviously don't have our franchise star or the face of the franchise right now. Although I would like to get some of these young players playing, such as I don't need Shake Milton playing. Let's throw Jarris Walker in there. And then is there anybody else I'd like to see play? So Jarris Walker is going to play some minutes this year. And then I don't even mind Iguodala getting some run either. Although I would like Capella to play. So maybe let's leave it at that. So I'll go ahead and simulate more than likely to the deadline because I think that's going to be our first couple of moves. Hartenstein and Middleton are two guys I think we could probably get something for. We're already getting trade offers, which I meant to turn that off. So I'll see you guys at the deadline though. So here's our very first move as a Las Vegas franchise. We're going to be sending Isaiah Hartenstein and a second over to Detroit to get Tobias Harris's expiring contract and their top 3 protected pick in 2028. So Detroit gets themselves another big over there. So that feels like a great way to start things off. Probably going to be the only move we do. I looked at Middleton trades and there was a first round pick I could have gotten, but I would have had to take on a really bad contract, so decided against it. And one thing I wanted to show you guys as well is usually when I do these Las Vegas or these expansion rebuilds, someone always comments down below that I always have these teams in weird conferences. Well, I actually was doing my research and most people were suggesting that both Las Vegas and Seattle would be in the West, right? Assuming that would be correct information. Again, no one truly knows, but Las Vegas and Seattle are in the West. And then people were suggesting maybe Memphis gets moved to the East, but other people were saying that it could be the Timberwolves get moved to the East. So I actually moved the Timberwolves to the Eastern Conference in this video. So that should make things fairly interesting. Divisions would maybe be split by 4 teams in each division, but in the NBA I don't think you can do that in 2K. But despite all of that, we're 20-31 at the deadline, and with Hartenstein gone, we should hopefully be worse. But let's go ahead and see how the rest of the season goes, and hopefully we end up just tanking our season away because I want a good draft pick to start this one off. So I guess one thing to be kind of happy about this season is one of our players won most improved, averaging 9 and 5. I mean, I guess that's not a great most improved season by any means, but it is there nonetheless. And here is your rookie team. So obviously not a lot to represent for us. We were bad, which is what I wanted. So hopefully we end up with a really good lottery pick. We went 26 and 56. Seattle did better than us. So let's take a look at the stats for the season. Again, none of this really matters because none of these guys are going to be probably long-term pieces, maybe a couple, but more than likely a lot of these guys are going to be kind of shipped elsewhere. So let's go ahead and see who goes on with the championship in year number 1 with these expansion teams added. We got New York and we got the Clippers, and it is going to be the Clippers of all teams that get over the hump and win the championship in 7. over the Knicks. LeBron James is going to call it a career. Maybe he can come coach the Las Vegas Venom, because I do believe he wants to be involved in Las Vegas when he's done playing, if I remember correctly. But let's go to the lottery and let's see what our luck is going to end up starting with. So we're projected the 7th best odds, so nothing great, but at least we should hopefully have a top 7 pick, but we could fall out as well. That's definitely possible. So let's see. It's going to be number 8. So we dropped 1 pick, which sucks, but it is what it is. Of course, we continue to use Joda Kelmer's draft classes. He continues to be hard at work, you know, making all these draft classes look good. So I do think it would be in our best interest to probably bring in a new head coach right now, but we could say, hey, let's just tank again for next season. So maybe that's the best thing we should do. So maybe we'll stick around with Jake Thomas for now and just continue to be bad going into next season. I think that's the best way to go about things. So on draft night, we have the 8th pick, and we traded our 2nd to, you know, get a 1st next year, or in 2028, I should say. But all right, let's go see what falls to us at pick 8. So number 1, we got Peterson going to New Orleans. Utah is going to get Dame Sarr. Number 3 is going to be DeBanza to Washington. Number 4 is going to be Boozer. Number 5 is going to be Mikal Brown. Fingers crossed Nate Ament drops to us, but yeah, as I said, his name, he gets drafted. So, and then Pete goes. Okay, so let's see what we got. So we got what? We got Vic Flores. We got Childress. I don't know a lot of these guys still available, but I do know Caleb Wilson, so that's probably where we go. Or we could select Darius as well to see what we can do with him. Or Dash Daniels is down here too. I don't hate the idea of that. I think I'm going to take Dash Daniels here. So, or we could take Chris. I don't like the idea of that too. Wait, did we allow the... No, we have the raw draft class. So I'm going to go ahead and I think take Chris to get our center figured. No, Dash Daniels. Give me Dash Daniels. Dash Daniels out of Australia is going to be our pick. So that's going to be where we're going to start things off with out of Australia. He's going to be a 74 overall. Chris was another one. And Caleb Wilson I was considering. Chris fell quite far to 74, so same thing. But Dash Daniels is going to be kind of the face of what we're doing going forward right now, at least. De Silva, I mean, he's young enough to where we'll accept that option, and then Yabusele accepts his player option. And then for qualifying offers, and then for free agency, we have what? We got Oubre, Middleton, and Tobias Harris. Probably won't be bringing any of those guys back. I'm going to assume we also have cap space if we wanted to go out there and sign somebody. So we'll explore that idea, but I also do want to kind of look at some ideas of making some trades as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this trade with the Washington Wizards. Maybe they're looking to go accelerate some things, and they want to give us Will Riley for LeVert straight up. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, and they feel like, you know, Will Riley may not get a crack in the rotation. So that's be the first trade. I knew I wanted to trade LeVert after the season he had. There was no plans of me keeping him going forward. And I kind of have another idea pop out of my head. So we have Strother, we have Dash Daniels, and we have Hawkins. So I do like these guys. I think, you know, 2 of them can move to the 3. We just have De Silva and Will Riley as well. Yabusele, Jarris Walker, and then I think I wanted to trade Capella was the other guy because I think he could get us something as well. And then I kind of have an idea in free agency to pair with what we just drafted. You guys may know what I'm talking about when I say that. So we could get Sam Merrill in a first-round pick, but I don't know. We also could take Yannick off of the Clippers that they didn't want to wait on him and get a first-round pick swap. I don't hate that. We're going to go ahead and do this trade. So I don't know if I'm saying his first name correctly, but I still happen to have him. The other thing I was kind of thinking about, I don't know if we should be giving out this big of money, but we could bring in Dyson Daniels to pair with his brother Dash Daniels. I'm pretty sure they're brothers anyway, or related in some way. So that could be an interesting start, only 23 years old. So, I mean, I'm going to throw him an offer sheet. It's not going to hurt us. We have no money involved in anyone else. I'm going to throw him 35 a year and see what the Hawks decide to do with it. They may match it, obviously, but I'm going to throw it to him. We don't have to be committed to him. We could always trade him if we want to, but if they don't, we get him. So yeah, Dyson Daniels is going to be our new addition in free agency. So him and Dash Daniels are going to play together this year in Vegas, which is a lot of fun. Is there anybody else I want to throw money at? I don't think so. I think I'm good with that. So let's go to player progression. We're going to continue to stay the slow approach. We have Dyson Daniels up to an 84. Walker's up. You got Hawkins up, Strother up, Yabusele up, and then Kobe Buffkin is also up. So a lot of young guys that are going to be fine rotational pieces, but of course, we don't really have our superstar yet. I wouldn't even consider Dyson Daniels really a superstar. He'll be a great, you know, role player, obviously, for what he is. So let's go look at the rotation going into year number 2, though. A lot of work still to be done, but I feel solid about this start. We're bringing the Daniels brothers this offseason. So this will be the rotation going into year 2. Again, not expecting a whole lot this year, but if they could just show somewhat of promise, I'd be fine with that. I'm going to leave it a 10-minute rotation, actually. So we have Dyson Daniels with Strother, Dash Daniels, Jarris Walker, Iguodaro, Jordan Hawkins, Yabusele, Tristan Da Silva, and Kobe Buffkin. So that is what we'll run. I'm also going to go ahead and throw our backup 5 minutes over Cameron Payne. I don't think there really is any need for Payne to play. So yeah, obviously this team should still be bad, but we'll see how things are looking after the first season. And then, of course, shot tendencies I wanted to look at as well. So, of course, Dyson has a low shot tendency, and Dash Daniels is pretty high out of the draft, which, I mean, we need somebody to score. I think this is a little high, all things considered, but hey, if he wants to become a star for us, I'd be fine with it. So I will see you guys at the end of year 2. I'm again expecting to have a good lottery pick here, and hopefully we're going to add another talent in the 2027 draft. So at the end of year number 2, we do get a Dash Daniels Rookie of the Year, averaging 19 points per game, which is pretty impressive out of that draft class, so I'll take it. Anthony Edwards is your MVP, but we clearly know why that is the case. He had a very high shot tendency, but we're trying to develop, man. We don't really have a superstar, so if he wants to become that for us, that would be the best thing we could possibly do right now. So let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the whole thing. Minnesota's the first seed in the East, and they are going to get... Oh, no, they lose to Detroit. So we got to hope Detroit sucks next year because we have their pick next year, although it's top 3 protected. So may not suck too badly. But the Dallas Mavericks going to win it all. They beat the Pistons in 6 games. So here are your retirements. And now, of course, we have ourselves another lottery awaiting us because this is going to be big time for us again. I think we'll be better projected this time as far as, yeah, so we're projected top 5 this time. Seattle's also struggling as well. Let's see if we can stick with a top 5 pick. I know the 2027 draft class is considered weaker than 2026, I believe. But we will end up with pick 6. We've dropped 1 spot each draft, which it could be worse, so I guess I'll be fine with it. I do think this is the offseason, though. I'd like to find a new long-term head coach. I'm going to fire our current one and go in a different direction. So I'm going to throw... I mean, a lot of these guys may not accept their money. We don't have a ton to offer, so I'm going to throw money at these guys, but I'm going to acknowledge that we may not get any of them. So Atkinson or Doc Rivers or Donovan. Who else is here? There's Jason Kidd or Keefe down here. I guess I'm going to throw this last bit at Atkinson and hope he chooses us, but let's see. So Nick Nurse's considering it, but I'm going to assume he's going to say no to us, and he does. Okay, so we miss out. We still have Billy Donovan, which I guess at least it's a real coach, and he will sign with us. So Bill Donovan will become the new coach of the Las Vegas Venom. And we'll go see if we can add ourselves another top prospect. So number 1 is going to be Stokes to New Orleans. So they've had 2 number 1 overall picks back-to-back. Christian Collins to New York. We got Hugo to Houston. We have Caleb Holt to OKC, and Seattle's going to take Ricky Hunter. Okay, for us, we have, yeah, I think this one's a no-brainer. I think this is where we go with this. 6'11", could probably play the 4 for us, and actually that's exactly where he's listed. We need a power forward. So yeah, this is honestly a perfect fit. So welcome to New Orleans, Las Vegas. Happy to have you. We do have our second round pick this time, but I don't know if these guys are even real yet, so I'm just going to not worry about it. So we get a 77 overall, though, right out of the draft, so that feels good. Player options, Da Silva. Do think I'm going to go ahead and decline it this time. Iguodaro, Riley, and we'll accept these guys. And then qualifying offers, we have Buffkin, Strother, Walker, and Hawkins. I mean, the odds of us keeping all 4 are probably slim, but we'll extend the offer on all of them anyway. And then for free agency, we do have, like, we could, you know, throw an offer sheet at Wemby, but that's probably not going to happen. They're going to match that. The Walker's asked for $60 million a year. I don't know how much he's going to develop. I mean, we didn't even really look at the stats outside of Dash Daniels, obviously. So we had 19 from Dash Daniels, 11 from Iguodaro, 8 and 6 from Dyson Daniels, which kind of what I expected. So I guess to figure out what these guys did, for us. 11 points on 40% from 3, so that's kind of cool to see. Hawkins, of course, did his thing. Only asked for $3 million, which is kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, I think we got to resign her to that, right? We have to. Buffkin only asked for $13 million to Silva. And then Strother, I mean, yeah, I do have interest in bringing Strother back. So I'm going to throw Strother a deal and probably Hawkins a deal. I think I'm going to let the rest go, though. So we're going to go with those 2. I'm going to let Walker go. We just drafted a new power forward, so I don't think it really makes sense to keep him around. We'll keep Strother and Hawkins. So we'll keep both those guys in. And is there anybody else we want to throw money at? Because we want to stay kind of a young team. The Scoot's been renounced to an unrestricted free agent. The Blazers are moving on. They still have Damian Lillard here, too. So it's interesting what they'll do there. But we do have, like, Keontae George down here. Podziemski's even here. But I think we kind of have our point guard figured out with, Dyson Daniels. Although we could move him to the 2 as well. Would not be opposed to that. We can move. We'll see how much Will Riley develops this year. But we'll see. And then we'll have, our new power forward in Iguodaro. So the one thing I think we probably need is to get a center. Let's see if there's any centers. There's none. Oh, my gosh. They're all gone. Okay, so never mind on the center position. Scoot is interesting. I definitely wouldn't hate bringing him in, but I would also wouldn't mind like just going maybe a little bit cheaper there as well with someone else. Like Casey Wallace for kind of similar things could give us He's definitely not going to be Scoot Henderson for us in the simulation. Don't get me wrong. Don't misquote me. But he's even Whitmore. I'm going to throw Casey Wallace a deal. We're going to throw him a deal. Be probably our new backup point guard. Probably. So Casey Wallace is going to be brought in. We still don't really have our center position figured out. But that's okay. In due time, it will happen. So let's go to player progression. See what that's looking like. So Schroeder's up to an 82. So I feel good that we brought him back. Dash Jones is up to a 79. Will Riley's developing nicely. Iguodaro and even Giannis, or however you say his name, is developing nicely. So maybe these two could become our centers next year. I don't want to, feel overly confident in that idea, but it's possible. Well, let's go ahead, get into the rotation for year 3. We've taken the patient approach. I'm assuming we'll still be bad this year, but I'm hoping to show a little bit of promise, I would say. Maybe just a little bit. And maybe we get aggressive at the deadline. That's also possible, depending on what our record is. Rotation going into year 3 is looking like this. We got Dyson Daniels, Schroeder, Dash Daniels, of course, our new rookie. And I still don't know how to say this guy's name, by the way. I probably should just look it up in between the simulation. I will do that, actually. And then we got our new center, which I don't even know how to say this guy's name either. I'll just call him Conan, Casey Wallace, Will Riley, Jordan Hawkins, and Iguodaro. I like this rotation quite a bit. Obviously, more needs to happen for it to be like a contender, but I don't know. Maybe we get surprised this year and this team impresses us. I mean, we're off to a good start. Wow, a very good start. When are we going to lose a game? What is going on? Okay, we finally lose. But all right. I don't know if that first seed will hold, but I'll see you guys either at the end of the season or at the deadline if we do make an aggressive trade. But maybe I'll just leave things the way they are right now based off what we're seeing. So Victor Wembanyama is your MVP. Mark Sears is your Rookie of the Year. DeJounte Murray is your sixth man. Wemby is your DPOY. Caleb Wilson is your Most Improved. And Edwards is your Clutch Player. And Bickerstaff is your Coach of the Year. So here is your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. We do get Dyson Daniels on here, which is great to see, which is why we brought him in, of course. And of course, we also had his brother, which was nice. But all right, so we end up as the 5th seed in the West. So yeah, things stood fairly well, even though despite us being a very young team, Dash Daniels is doing this thing right away. And of course, I think this is, by the way, I don't know how to say his name, but I'm going to just, it's like Babatunde Aladutin, I think, or something like that. Probably still butchering it, but I also saw that he may have reclassified to 2026. So I don't know if Joda Kelmer actually knows that, but I think I just saw that if I was reading that correctly. But regardless, he's on our team along with Dash Daniels, and we are in the playoffs right now. So I don't know how far we're going to go this early on, but hey, man, it's nice that we're here. So we get the Phoenix Suns in round 1, which we just did a rebuild on them in our last one. Let's see if we could take them out. Game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. So far, so good. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to go ahead and sweep the Phoenix Suns, and we're going to have the Spurs probably in the second round. They'll have home court advantage, but we just took out the Spurs, or the Suns, very easy. So Fox, Harper, Vassell, Josh Hart, and Wemby. So the rebounding on the Spurs is probably absolutely elite with what they have over there. Let's see if we have any shot against a team like the Spurs. So game 1 is going to go to them. Dallas is also nowhere to be found, which is interesting. They got beaten the play-in. I don't think I've seen that before. Game 2 goes to us. Okay. Game 3 goes to them. Game 4 goes to them. So we may not have what it takes to take out a team like the Spurs just yet, but we're definitely showing signs and flashes that we're here to make noise here eventually. I think this is only showing me that a all-in move needs to be made this offseason based off what we're seeing. So we pushed the first-seeded Spurs to 6, maybe 7 if we come back here. Oh my gosh, we almost did, but no, it's not going to happen. 119 to 112, but the fact of the matter is we showed a lot there. So we took the Spurs to 6, and they made it to the finals, and they lose to the Timberwolves in 7. Edwards is your finals MVP. But man, I think we got to up the ante this offseason. I think there's a lot of aggressiveness coming out of the woods this offseason for us. So Billy Donovan, made us really good. I think a lot of the other things we've done obviously have made us really good. But I think if we can get like upgrades around the edges, we should be in a good spot. I don't think we need a scorer either. I think we got our 2 scorers with the young guys we have. Now, unfortunately, that Pistons pick did not end up being good at all. It's the worst pick that so we got pretty much fleeced in the Hardenstein trade, I would say. But we do have some salaries we can throw together. So I do like the idea of making some kind of move this offseason with these draft picks we have. So that's going to be the game plan. I think we got to upgrade for one of our centers. Iguodaro is a free agent, and I think Yannick or Conan, was our starter last year. So I think having him off the bench would be better. Yeah, I think that's where we start. Let's go get a hopeful upgrade at the center position and actually go for a championship next season. So the 2 teams I'm going to try to talk to here is going to be the Cavaliers with Jarrett Allen, and I'm going to try for Evan Mobley, but I don't know how easy that one's going to be to pull off. And then I'm going to try to talk to the Pistons about Duren, but they are contending, so it may be kind of hard for them to fork him over. But let's go ahead and get started with the Cavs. My dream scenario is to land Mobley here, I'm not gonna lie, but I have no idea if we'll be able to pull that off. So probably won't be able to unless we're throwing in one of our great players, which I'd prefer not to. I like what what we've done lately. So I mean, our big salary, of course, is Casey Wallace, who does some, has some good trade value. We could throw, well, Conan's actually, and then Hawkins we throw in here. We could throw these picks that we have, but the odds of them accepting this is probably very slim, right? And then we're not going to throw, yeah, no, what else could we throw? Riley, we can't. Dash Daniels, or Strother, we could throw in here technically. But we'll offer this, and I'll throw, yeah, they're not going to say yes to that. What about if I threw Strother at them too? Nah, not going to happen. Okay, so I feel okay that we're not throwing Strother in here. Let's go for Detroit's Jalen Duren. That's my dream scenario, but again, they are in a position where they want to contend right now, so I have no idea if they'll... Oh, they did. So they accept it. I don't know if we need to trade that much, but Jalen Duren, nonetheless, is a very good pickup at the center position, and now we have him, Iguodaro, and Conan. We'll figure out which one we decide to keep more than likely, but yeah, I think that was a really good move for us, so I like that. We didn't even have to trade Strother either, and then we trade all the draft picks. We can just go straight to player options. So we have Riley, which we'll accept. We'll accept Conan, and Dash Jones, of course, will be accepted as well. And then for qualifying offers, Craig Porter, won't worry about him too much. But for free agency, we do have Iguodaro, who's only asked for $3 million. I mean, I think we might as well just give it to him. We don't lose him for over $3 million. I think that'd be kind of silly. So we'll bring him in. And then we do have cap space to bring in another player, technically. So might as well go all in while we can. Dyson Daniels, Strother, Dash Daniels, Will Riley, and then, obviously Babaton, or however you say his name, and then Conan and Jalen Duren. So I guess the one position to upgrade would be the shooting guard spot if we were going to do something, or just a guard spot in general. But is there anybody we want to bring in? I don't know. We have George, who was sitting here, and we were kind of looking at him last year. We could throw in money at Collier, who is restricted. There's Garland, there's Collier, there's Pritchard, there's Trey Mann, or we have guys like Boston, Jacoby Walter, AJ Johnson. So nothing too crazy here. Could go for like Anthony Davis too, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to throw money at Garland, but George is definitely kind of an interesting guy to kind of have come over here and just have him as a contributor we could trade maybe. So I'm going to go ahead and throw money at Keontae George. It's quite a bit, but he's an 85 overall, probably be a really nice bench addition. So George is going to be the guy we target. Again, we need to use his salary, so that's why I'm just going to go ahead and willingly give him a lot of money. And so, yeah, we are expensive. I'm not going to lie, but George is someone we're going to probably move if we need to. We do need to bring in one more player, though. So Obi Toppin or Hendricks. I'm definitely down for Hendricks to be our backup 4. So, yeah, I'm feeling good about that. So let's go to player progression. And we obviously need Daniels and Babaton to develop really nicely for this to work. So George is up to an 88. Didn't really expect him to develop that much, but he did. Dash Jones is up to an 83. And unfortunately, I was hoping that he would show us more here, but he only went up 2 overall, so nothing too crazy just yet. But still, despite all that, we went to the second round last year, so I'm still feeling good about our chances, and we'll go look at the rotation going into, I believe, year number 4 at this point. So here is our young rotation going into next season. We got George and Strother. Even Strother kind of went under my nose going up to an 85 overall. So yeah, this team is slowly developing really nicely. Dash Jones, of course, and then we still have our dude again. I'm still struggling with this guy's name. Baba going at the 79 overall power forward. Would have loved to have seen him develop more, but we'll take it, I guess. Duren was a new addition. Daniels is coming off the bench at the moment. Don't know if I love that, but I guess someone has to. Will Riley, and then Conan and Hendricks. So that also has Iguodaro waiting if we need him. But I like this. We're the 20th power rank. We were pretty low last year, and we still did really good. So despite power rank, I still think we're going to be a good team this year. We really went to the second round. I think we're a contender low-key, but maybe last year was just lightning in a bottle. We'll see if we can capture that again. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 4, I believe. Nikola Jokic wins MVP representing the Warriors. Vladimir is your Rookie of the Year, if I'm even saying that name correctly. Caleb Wilson is your 6th man in Seattle. He ends up at an 82 overall, so I feel like we still did okay in that draft. And then Defensive Player goes to Wemby. Lowe is your Most Improved, and Luke is your Clutch Player, and Jake Thomas is your Coach of the Year, this is the guy we fired earlier in the video, so that's kind of funny. Here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. So still no All-NBA representatives for us, but Seattle has Zion now. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. We do get Jalen Duren making it. I guess with Dyson Daniels coming off the bench, he probably lost the opportunity to make all defensive teams, I'm assuming. But we end up as the 3rd seed in the West. I mean, we got it the second round last year, and we get to play the Kings in round 1. So we had 21 from Dash Daniels, 19 from George, 15 from Baba, 15 from Duren, 14 from Strother, 13 from Riley, 8 and 5 and 6 from Dyson Daniels, and 8 from Janich, and then 5 from Hendricks. But all right. Let's go ahead and see if we can come out here and get to the second round once again. Maybe get past that. Dallas, once again, is still nowhere to be found. So we at least have them out of the way. They're always the team that scares me the most. We get the Kings. And outside of John Morant, I mean, I feel like we should beat this team, but you just never really know. So game 1 is going to go to us, 112 to 103. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. Game 3 is going to go to them. Also, one thing I haven't looked at in this video once, because it is still something that, although it should be a habit by now, I would assume, but whatever, I forgot. So offensive rating, we were 6th overall, by the way, and defensive rating, we were number 1. So that's good. We could have an even series, or we could go 3-1, and it's an even series. Okay, so let's simcast game 5, shall we? So we're back home. The home team has won every single game so far. I would hate to lose to Sacramento, just led by John Morant, not going to lie. And we have the lead right now, but they are still right behind us. But we will hang on and win another home game. Could we go please win a road game? Because I would like to not have to sweat playing the Kings here. I think this is a team we should be taking out pretty easily. And it looks like we will beat them in 6. So that's good. And now we get to the second round once again. Of course, last year we were eliminated round 2. So we'll see if it's any different this time. We can play Jokic, who went to the Warriors. Did Steph stay around with him? Let's see. No, it is someone else. Or at least there's that. They did get Donovan Mitchell, though. So that's kind of, it's still scary. But let's see how this is going to go. Outside of Donovan Mitchell and Jokic, I mean, Kuminga's still good as well. I mean, he's playing really well right now. 54% from 3 in the playoffs in the first round. This could go either way. Game 1 is going to go to them. Both games in Golden State to start things off, and they're up 2-0. So are we going to go home in round 2 again, just like we did last year? It's still very possible right now, but we do get home games to try to tie the series back up. And they're right behind us. We've had the lead most of the game, and we will hang on 104 to 121. All we gotta do is win game 4, and the series is tied back up. So let's see if we can do just that. They have the lead, but we take it back. Second quarter, third quarter is going to us right now, and we will, I think, hang on. Yep, 99 to 103. Okay. So now we go back to Denver. Sorry, not Denver. I'm just thinking of Jokic. But now we're gonna go back to Golden State. So let's see if we can come back here and beat them and get a road win in this series and take an advantage. Let's see if we can get a road win. That'd be really nice right now. It is a close game. We take the lead here late. Can we hang on to it, though? And we will. 110 to 104. So we take the 3-2 lead, and now we just need to... We get to go play the team that beat us last year. If we beat the Warriors here, we're at home. So I'd love to take advantage of being at home in home court here. But they are going to... Oh, we almost took the lead there at the very end. Okay. I think I'm going to go 8-man rotation here, man. I think we got to. This is to get to the conference finals. We're going to be on the road again. We just won on the road, but so did they. So now they're back home, and they're going to take the lead, and they're going to run with it. So not quite ready for the moment just yet. Unfortunately, that's going to be 2 second-round losses. This time we got closer, though. Spurs go on to beat not only the Warriors, but to beat the Cavs, too. So I think that's fine, though. We're still a young enough team that we can recover from that. We're going to have to re-sign, a couple of guys. But other than that, man, we got to have our set team. I think it's just a matter of letting, hopefully, our power forward develop. And then let's see what our draft pick's looking like, although I skipped right past it. So I don't think we had a good pick, though. We had the 29th pick. So we get Tony Coleman, welcome. And then player options, Marion, we'll not worry about him. And then Dash Reynolds, and yeah, we'll accept both those guys. Of course, we got Will Riley, McGowan's, I'm not going to worry about. And Jan, I want to bring both those two. Both those guys are coming back for sure. They were good bench pieces for us. Duran, and we did give up a lot to get him. So yeah, we're probably going to give him his new contract as well. So yeah, get these guys done, and we'll be ready for next year again. So we're going to run the same train right back. I mean, we were so close. We got to imagine that with the young team that we do have, it's only going to keep getting better. So let's go see if our power forward is going to develop really nicely like I thought. He's just not moving in overall at all. I'm actually really disappointed by that. I mean, he wasn't that great last year. I'm not going to lie. Do we trade him? We might have to trade him because I'm not seeing anything that impresses me right now. We might move Dyson Daniels as well. We can maybe throw these two together and try something different because, I mean, he's not moving. I thought he would, but he's just simply not. So George becomes our new point guard. Strother, of course, is here to stay. Dash Daniels is here to stay. I guess that's where our weakest spot would be. I think I might look into that idea. This somewhat seems like a desperate move, but at this point, if this man isn't going to develop any further and his efficiency wasn't that good anyway, I think we're better off getting a Jabari Smith who's already an 84 overall and his efficiency is much better. So, don't get me wrong, we are trading Will Riley as well, which he's been really good. So, part of me doesn't want to do this move, but I'm going to go ahead and send it anyway. So, we're going to get Jabari Smith on this team and feel okay about that and hope it works out. We're going to move Hendricks to the 3 to back up the new small forward now. So, Yeah, a little bit of a risky move, I think, but I'm hoping for it to pay off, basically, because we need to go for it. And I was figured that Aladutin, or however you say his name, was going to develop more, but he just isn't moving at all. So we really can't wait around for that. So that is why we've made that move. It could be something that comes back to bite us, but at this point, I'm willing to take the risk and go for it. So we were in the second round last year, 1 game away. I don't think we have a 2030 draft class, so we're just going to go ahead and not even worry about loading a draft class. But all right, let's go into this 5th season, I believe, and let's see if season number 5 becomes ours or not. 4-star balance, your rotation's looking like this, so I'm feeling good about it. George Strother, Daniels, Jabari, Jalen Duren, Dyson Daniels, Conan, Hendricks, and then if we ran a 9 rotation, Iguodala would play. So I guess we'll throw a 9 rotation for the regular season, probably go 8 in the playoffs. But all right, see you guys at the end, and hopefully we have what it takes to get out of the West and get to that finals. Edwards gets himself an MVP. Frederick Nass is your Rookie of the Year. Caleb Wilson is your 6th man. Wimby's your DPOY. You got Noah winning Rookie or Most Improved over in Toronto. And then as far as the Clutch Player and Coach of the Year, that does go to us along with Executive Edward Robert. So feeling good. We still don't have any All-NBA representatives, which is fine. But all that matters is we're trying to bring home a championship to Vegas. So let's see if we got any good player stats here. So yeah, 26 from Dash Daniels, 22 from George, and 16 from Strother. So all of this is looking great. But all that matters is if we get to that final. So we get the Phoenix Suns, who we did beat earlier, but they do have a little bit more of a developed team. So this is a scary 8th seed in a way, but I'm hoping it won't matter. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. So far, so good. 3-0, and we will sweep them. Okay, Dallas is going to be something we will be seeing. We have not seen them yet at all in this video, so that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to go. But our offensive rating, by the way, we were number 1 defense. Offensive rating, we were number 4. But yeah, feeling good that our defense is number 1, so we'll take that. Dallas is awaiting us. I mean, Golden State did beat us last year, so I don't know. I don't know who I'd rather play, but we'll get Dallas. So we got, oh my gosh, Luka Doncic joined the Mavericks back. That's actually crazy. So Luka went back to Dallas with Cooper Flag. That's wild to think about. Okay, well, I mean, that would be a dream scenario if you're Dallas, right? So let's see if we can take out the Mavericks with Luka and Cooper Flag teamed up there. That's scary. Holy moly, I was not expecting that. So let's make sure our rotation's ready. Game 1 is going to go to us. 1-game victory, or 1-point victory, 2-point victory. We're up 3-0, and we will beat them in 5, hopefully. Yes, okay. So we're in the conference finals for the first time. I was not, like, while Cooper Flag and Luka Doncic is a great pairing, the roster looked kind of weak outside of, you know, it was okay. They got Leonard Miller, Gafford's kind of regressed at this point, and Trey Murphy, but, I don't know. We were able to beat them. That's all that matters. So San Antonio Spurs, though, they got Fox, Harper, Bryant. I mean, this team beat us earlier, so this is not going to be easy. They even got Hugo Gonzalez from the Celtics. So we're going to go ahead and start the simcast here because this is to get to the damn final. So I think we got to take this one very seriously. So we're at home to start things off. They've had the lead most of the game, but we've been right there. We'll take the lead late and run away with this. So that's a good start. We definitely need to take care of home court. We do that to start things off, so that's great. Let's see if we can't win game 2 as well. It is currently storming outside my house right now, so it makes me a little nervous as far as the power going out on me, but we're going to keep moving anyway. Knock on wood, as they say. Even though I don't believe in that crap anymore. Just saying. But let's see if we can't beat the Spurs in game 3 as they did win game 2. So let's see if we can't get one in San Antonio. We've had the lead most of this game, but they are right behind us. We will hang on 112 to 109. So that was a very necessary road win that we needed after they won a road game. But I would love to win 2 road games here and punch our ticket, or punch an advantage to the finals with a 3-1 lead. So can we win the other road game in San Antonio? We had the lead there for a second, and we will still hang on. 111 to 104. Dash Daniels is becoming an absolute stud for us. All right, one game away, and we're in the finals. So let's see if we can't hang on to this and make sure we punch our ticket to the finals. We're at home from Las Vegas this time around, and we will have the lead late. Can we hang on to it? Yes, we can. We're in the NBA Finals. 33 from George, and you had 39 from Dash Daniels, and now we get to play Washington or Detroit. I don't know who I'd rather play. Looks like Washington, I mean, they both kind of have their weaknesses, so we get Detroit, though. We made a trade with them at the very beginning of the video, and now we get to play them, so it's come full circle. All right, game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. Game 3 goes to us, and they stood no chance whatsoever. So let's see if we can't win Game 4. Although, I would not mind losing Game 4 here and get to a Game 5 so we can play on this Las Vegas court. But looks like we're going to take... Oh, well, they do take the lead late. Let's see if we take it back. Going to overtime. I would like to see us go to Las Vegas because I want to jump into that game. But we may just win here. Second overtime's happening. Holy crap, this is a very good game so far. We have the lead right now. We may not get the luxury of going to Vegas though. It's a close game. I think we jump in and watch. I mean, there is a shot we win this game right now. So 136, 133. And let's see. They're about to inbound. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and play this out. I usually don't play when I jump in, as you guys know. But since I don't feel any pressure right now being up 3-0, we're just going to try to get a stop here. Cade is going to have the ball. That Tyus Jones on the court for us right now. Cade's going to shoot a mid-range. I mean, that's a 2-point game. Or I guess there's 37 seconds left. I don't know why I was thinking there was no time remaining. Okay. We have Tyus Jones on the court, which is very interesting. So somebody must have fouled out. All right. Jalen Duren's going to give me a screen. Let's see if we can hit it through with Jabari. Jabari Smith, excellent three. So we'll take that. Excellent release, I should say. So that was a big hit right there. And now the Pistons will need to respond to that. So they're going to... Oh, nice. Nice pass by Cade. But Ivy cannot take advantage of the wide open look he had. 139, 135. I will say, I don't know what it is with this 2K, but I think based off the new shot meter, I think I could actually low-key be pretty good at this game. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke, but I think I could do it. I really do. So let's see, though, if we can't close this one out. We have a 6-point lead right now, so you would think we would. We're going to sweep the Pistons, it looks like. Ivy's going to release another. Oh, he hits that one, though. He hits that one absolutely contested, but he couldn't hit the other one. That's kind of funny. Get it to Duren. Oh, I was trying to get rid of it. Okay. We're going to send George to the free throw line. Actually, it's probably better that George is at the free throw line and not Duren. So, first free throw going in. As you guys can see, I'm hitting nothing but green so far. It probably is easy to do that in this 2K, I'm assuming. I'm just... Based off what I've played so far, I played a play now game and felt pretty good. So, I could hit like every shot with Damian Lillard, so that felt good. K's not going to get a shot off. Okay, guys. To bring Las Vegas a championship. I would have loved to have jumped in and played on the Las Vegas court that this user created, but unfortunately was not meant to be. We're going to sweep the Pistons, and that will be it for me. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.